Hi students, welcome back to the video tutorial of business research method. Today I am going to teach you the topic that is research design. Every researcher make a plan of action before starting the research. This plan of study of a researcher is called a research design. We can say research design is the blueprint for the study. So it is very essential for the success of the research. So students, today's video is the detailed discussion regarding what is research design. So shall we start? Okay. First we can discuss the meaning of research design. A research design is the arrangement of conditions for collection and analysis of data in a manner that aims to combine relevance to the research purpose with economy in procedure. So which means research design is the arrangement of conditions for collecting data for the purpose of research. So a research design helps to make decision regarding what, where, when, how much and by what means a research study conduct. Now we can discuss the definition of research design. According to Bernard S. Philipp, the research design constitutes the blueprint for the collection, measurement and analysis of data. It aids the scientist in the collection of his limited resources by posing crucial choices. So this is the meaning and definition of research design. While making research design, so many questions comes in researcher's mind. So now we have a look on some questions which are usually comes in researcher's mind while dealing with the research design, or this question is the base for making a research design or creating a research design. The questions are: what is the study about? For what purpose the study is carried on? Types of data required? Where the data can be found? What period of time the study will include? How many samples will be needed? On what basis sample will be used? How will the data be analyzed? What will be the style of report preparation? So, while making a research design, all these questions are come in the mind of a researcher. So, the researcher must find a solution for this question. This is the base for research design. Now, we can discuss the important features of research design. So, the first feature is research design act as a means for obtaining information which helps to conduct the research smoothly. Research design mainly depend on the availability and skills of the researcher and his staff. Research design helps to find out the objective of the problem to be studied. Research design helps to find out the nature of the problem to be studied. Research design helps to find out the availability of time and money for the research work. And research design is a strategy which specifies the approach used for gathering and analyzing data. It is an activity and time based plan. It is a plan which is always based on the research question. Research design depends upon the purpose of the research. Research design is a guide for selecting sources and information needed. Research design is a framework for specifying the relationship among the variables which are going to be studied. So these are the main features of a research design. Now we can discuss the need and importance of research design. Research design facilitates smooth conducting of the research operation. It is a first need and importance of a research design. Now next is research design stands for advanced planning of the method. With the help of research design, the researcher can make a better plan. Then research design leads on greater reliability of the research. Research design will help to give proper direction for conducting the research. It helps in decision making. Research design prevent blind searching. Research design helps the researcher to anticipate potential problem. Then research design helps in collecting data which is needed by the researcher. So this is the main need and importance of research design. Now we can discuss the important concepts which are relating to research design. There are various concepts related with the research design. So we can discuss each concept in detail. So the first one is dependent and independent variable. If one variable depends upon another variable, it is termed as dependent variable. The variable that is predecessor to the dependent variable is termed as independent variable. So these two concept is commonly used in research design. I will repeat, dependent and independent variable are the two concepts which is mainly used in the research design process. Dependent variable means if one variable depends upon another variable, it is termed as dependent variable. The variable that is a predecessor to the dependent variable is termed as independent variable. For example, height depend upon age. Here height is a dependent variable and age is the independent variable. Likewise, sales and demand are the dependent and independent variable. Now next concept is extraneous variable. These are the independent variable which are not related for the study, but at the same time it affects the dependent variable. So extraneous variable have no direct relationship with the variable, but the presence of extraneous variable will affect the dependent variable. Now next is control. Control is a process which is used to minimize the effect of extraneous variable in a research. A good researcher is always try to reduce the effect of extraneous variable in their research. Next is confounded relationship. If the dependent variable is not free from the influence of extraneous variable, such a relationship is known as confounded relationship. Now next is research hypothesis. The research hypothesis is a predictive statement that relates an independent variable to dependent variable. Generally, the research hypothesis must contain at least one independent variable and one dependent variable. Next concept is experimental and non-experimental hypothesis testing. Research hypothesis may be experimental hypothesis and non-experimental hypothesis. When an independent variable is manipulated in a research, such a research is known as experimental hypothesis testing research. If the independent variable is not manipulated, it is called a non-experimental hypothesis testing research. So I repeat, there are mainly experimental and non-experimental hypothesis testing is there. When an independent variable is changed in a research, such a research is known as experimental hypothesis testing research. If the independent variable is not manipulated, it is kept as constant, then such type of research is known as non-experimental hypothesis testing research. Now next is experimental and control groups. When a group is created with some special condition for making an experimental research, we can say that this kind of group is experimental group. If the group is created with the usual condition, such group is known as controlled group. Both control group and experimental groups are used in a research purpose. So we can explain these experimental groups and control groups with an example. Suppose we divide our total students in our class into two groups, that is A and B. A group get a special coaching for attending examination, but B group does not get such a special coaching. So the group which get special attention or special coaching is known as experimental group, and the other group is known as control group. Now the next term is treatment. Treatments are the different conditions which is applied in both the experimental group and control group, which is done to find out whether any deviations of result in control group and experimental group. So take the previous example. The two groups are there, A and B. A group gets special coaching for attending the examination. B group does not get the special coaching. So here providing special coaching to one group is the treatment. While providing such treatment, researcher identify whether any deviation between the result of both this group. Now next is experiment. An experiment is the process of examining the truth of a statistical hypothesis relating to some problem. So take the above example. Here experiment is conducting examination. So while conducting examination, the researcher can understand whether there is any deviation of control group and experimental group. Now next is experimental unit. An experimental unit is the place where the researcher conduct their experiment. So these are some important concepts which are mainly used in research design. So students, today's session is over, so we can wind up the session. But before winding up, once again we can recollect today's class. In this class, we discussed what is a research design. A research design is a comprehensive plan of the series of operations that a researcher intended to carry out to accomplish the research objective. Then we discussed main features of research design, need and importance of research design, and finally we discussed some essential concepts related with the research design. So hope you all are understood. Now we can discuss some questions which is related with this area. They are: what is research design, what are the features of research design, explain the merits of this research design, explain about the essential concepts related with the research design. So students, let us wind up the class. So see you tomorrow. Bye.